Hello everybody, greetings from the KnuckleHead Garage studio in Switzerland. Here's the second video that I'm making today for you all to check out how we operate here at the studio. I'm getting ready to have a mixing session on a new song called Down and Dirty that I composed and recorded. And I thought I'd show you the process of how I put together a song and start to mix it, okay? I'm going to show you how I work here in the studio a bit. Now with this new song, typically, or any song that I compose myself, I usually start off with a click track that's generated on this machine here, the Zoom Rhythm Track 234. I think these machines were new a long time ago, back in about 1998, 99. But that has a lot of good sounds on there. But I use this for the click track. So this song here, I'm sorry I don't have the machine plugged in right now. I can't tell you how many beats per minute it is. I think it's about 124 beats per minute. But here is the click track on channel 24 right here. So I start with that click. And typically when I build a song, with this song, I'll just specify with this one here. I started with this click after I had come up with a guitar riff. So I came up with a guitar riff, then I kind of had an idea of the tempo I wanted it, and then I recorded a click track and played the guitar riff. So I'll show you the beginnings of the song. Here's the original guitar track on number 10, and you hear the click track start. Then I started to play guitar. And that was the riff that I originally come up with for this song. Now after I have the complete guitar track, I would add a second guitar. So I'll show you that one. Just because I would be trying to see how I'm going to put this together with the guitars. Plus I wanted it extra full sounding. So here, actually, okay, so you see that's the intro guitar. This is the first guitar here on number 11. Here comes the second one, number 10 right here. Now after I have the two guitars and the click track going, I would add the bass. You have something like this to play drums to, because that would be my next thing to do, would be to play all these parts here and make sure they're good and tight. Then get back behind the drum set. So I get back behind the drum set, I'm playing with headphones on, and I have a controller back there that luckily I can control the activating the recording from behind the drum set, because it'd be a pain, be a drag to run back and forth from the drum set over there back here to the mixing console every time I got to do a new take. So I'm lucky I found that controller for this. So now the drums are recorded on 9 tracks, 1 through 9. Here they are here. This first one here, number 1, is the inside inner bass drum microphone that gets the click attack of the bass drum hit. The second track here is an outer bass drum mic that's about approximately, I don't know, about 6 inches away or so, and that's getting the outside thump of the bass drum. Then we have the snare on number 3, first rack tom, first floor tom, second floor tom on 4, 5, and 6 respectively. Then the overhead cymbals are on number 7 and 8, 7 being left, 8 being right. And then on number 9, I have under the snare mic, because number 3 is a top snare mic on top of it. But this one here is under the snare, some sort of old EV microphone. And I use that to capture the sizzle of the snare mechanism underneath the snare drum. So now that you hear the drum sounds separately for a moment, because what I like to point out is it's very important to capture good drum sound that has impact and tone, heaviness. You know, you want it to sound heavy but yet crisp and clear. Anyway, I'll let you hear the drum and click track together to hear how that works. So you can hear I was playing the drums along with the click, although I have the guitars and bass on too. So, but here's the drums. Uh-oh, there's the bass. Well, I'll leave the bass on so you can hear it. Now you see, I try to keep the recording levels consistently at about 15, nice and even. Here's my overheads here working on 7 and 8. There's that under snare drum microphone there I was telling you about. So you see they're all at a pretty good consistent level. Here I'm going to cut the bass off for a moment so you can hear that. And I'll show you something. Here's actually what I mean by the inside click of the bass drum. See that? It's more of a sharper tone, whereas the outer mic is more of a deeper tone. You see? When we combine both of them, you get this. Okay. Of course, I'm using a reverb on the drums from this Mackie effects here. It has plugins. I'm using actually I'm using here a large plate reverb. Lately I've been into the plate reverb. You see, large plate number 2, because plate reverbs in the 70s are kind of the norm before digital reverb, and I kind of like the vintage kind of 70s kind of reverb sound opposed to a digital hall sound. So anyway, we're going to go back to the song. Now when I start to mix this song, actually I don't need the click anymore, of course. That's already established that everything is pretty much on beat with the click through the whole song, which is important, especially when you're multi-tracking by yourself, because you have to play each part at a time, and it should be all good and in beat, especially the drums. And once you have the drums good and in beat through the whole song, then you can pretty much remove the click track and play along with the drums, or leave the click. I leave it on a little bit. Anyway, so when I start mixing, I typically start with the drums, and I'll listen to the drums. In this case, I've already studied them a bit, and I'm satisfied at the moment with them. So I bring in the bass. Then I bring in my guitars. It's already sounding pretty strong and cool. Now I've got some additional guitars that I'll bring in. Let's see here. If I'm not mistaken, 14, 15, 12, and 16. So that means we have a total of 10, 11, 12, 3, 4, 5, 6 guitar tracks, okay? It's because there's a new lead guitar solo that I recorded last night, so I want to hear that. Let's see, the lead guitars on number 12 and 16. Okay, that's okay at the moment. Now we're gonna move up here to where the vocals come in. Now on the vocals, I started with one lead vocal on track 23. Let's hear that. Okay, let's hear that with the second voice added. Which is a backup vocal, kind of like Joe Perry, Keith Richards. Right here.
Down in the bushes, I got the balls and you got the jacks. So let's get down and dirty. Your mama's on the phone, your mama ain't home. We got nothing to lose.
There he is.
Don't be afraid, we'll drink our lemonade and eat our cookies too. They say it's alright.
Now next I've added in some backup vocals here that you can hear. Some of them my wife did on 3 tracks. She's on 17, 18, 19. And I have some additional voices on 20 and 21. So that means the total amount of vocals on this recording is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 vocal tracks. So we have 7 vocal tracks and 6 guitar tracks. All right. Let's hear where the backups kick in. I'm going to bring them up a little bit. And here she comes right here. Let's hear that again. It's got to be a little louder. Exaggerate a little bit here. Now I'm actually going to show you how the vocal tracks are put together without the music. Let's see. Maybe I'll leave one guitar in as a reference, of course, but let's see here, which would be a good idea. So you can hear how that works. Here we go. Here's how I put together these vocal tracks here, which I'm not finished mixing, by the way, and I've got a lot of reverb at the moment on the backing vocals, and I'm going to lower that and do some EQing on my wife's voices. So here, listen. Some lead vocals on 23.
Down in the bushes.
Number 22, the other backup one.
I got the balls and you got the jacks. So let's get down and dirty. Your mama's on the phone, your papa ain't home. We got nothing to lose. Don't be afraid, we'll drink our lemonade and eat our cookies too.
Comes bridge.
They say it's alright. As long as you
Here comes
get
a group of the backing
before the
vocals.
street lights come on.
Right here.
Let's get down and dirty. Yeah, you can ride on my handlebars.
So, bring in the other instruments.
Up and down the streets. We won't go too far. And we'll make a tent in my backyard.
When I finally get this mix very good, to my satisfaction, I monitored here on this TX CD recorder, the CD-RW900SL. It's a really good CD recorder. And as you already see, I'm monitoring the levels there. Here's actually an interesting vocal part. Let's check this out here. Wait a minute here. Let me put this together. This was a bit of creative fun here. Let's see. Check this out.
They say it's alright as long as you get home before the street lights come on.
A little tribute to the Beatles here, kind of. Check this out here.
Michelle, my belle, can't you come out to play? Michelle, my belle, can't you come out to play? Is that knocking on my door. What you want my daughter for? She's not allowed to play with you.
Just trying to get a little bit of the effect of the Beatles meet Queen. Which I thought that was very interesting and sounds cool. Let's go back. You can hear how that works within the music. Here we go. Vocal answer back there, one and the other, with the with you. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this video today. This video's at 16 minutes. I figure it's long enough now. So this is KnuckleHead Garage Studio in Switzerland, and video number 2. Here's Elliot here, engineer and producer and musician. It's a solo show over here at the moment. I'll be making some more new videos from the studio here, and until then, keep on rocking. Wherever you are, keep making your music too, enjoying music. It's KnuckleHead Studio, signing out. Bye for now.